Welcome, folks, once again to the WrestleCord News Break. I'm your host, Ryan. It is May 13th, 2026, and let's get into some of the headlines in the world of pro wrestling and MMA. WWE's NXT aired on the CW last night with a big debut, a former champion's return, and some good women's tag action. The latter saw Lizzie Rain and North American champion Tatum Paxley team up to go against the team of Nikita Multimedia Lions and Zarya. There was plenty of exciting back-and-forth action, but Zarya proved to be the less-than-stellar partner, refusing the tag from Lions, allowing Lizzie Rain to hit Nikita with her step-up kick, dubbed the Thunderstruck, for the win. In the much-anticipated debut of the former Evil, now known as Naraku, he'd take on Lindsay Dorado. Naraku would give Dorado hell with some vicious headbutts and chops, before ending the match with a leg trip Uranagi for the pinfall. We also saw E.K. Prosper, Kate Wilder, and Shawn Legacy in a losing effort to the Birthrights, Charlie Dempsey, Uriah Connors, and Stax. Jackson Drake would take on the returning Noam Dar. It would be a bittersweet return, as once again Michael Lockwood would be the deciding factor in a Jackson Drake win. When Micah grabbed Noam Dar, stopping him from returning to the ring, it gave Drake the opening to land a knee and then a 450 for the 1, 2, 3. Dark State would appear post-match to stand toe-in-toe with Vanity Project, which would inevitably lead some fists being thrown before You're So Vain headed for the hills. In the main event, Kaylani Jordan got a cheap win over Kendall Gray. It was a backstage fight between women's champion Lola Vice and Izzy Dame, spilling down to ringside, causing enough of a distraction for Kendall Gray to allow Kalani to hit her any means necessary split-legged moonsault for the win. After the Kalani win, Izzy Dame would make her presence known, lording over the fallen champion with the title belt in the air to bring our show to a close. It looks like WrestleMania isn't headed to London anytime soon. Despite recent speculation and rumors stemming from comments made by Nick Khan, the Mayor of London's office has stated that there has been no negotiations with WWE in regards to bringing the grand spectacle to England. AEW, however, will be hosting their third All in London this August from Wembley Stadium. In sad news today, Barry Blaustein, the director of arguably the most influential documentary in the history of wrestling, Beyond the Mat, died at the age of 72. Blaustein was born in 1954, grew up as a wrestling fan, and his documentary was a dedication to his childhood passion, which brought an unprecedented inside look into the world of sports entertainment. Oh, I think that's wrestling. Yeah. The documentary primarily followed three pro wrestlers, Mick Foley, Terry Funk, and Jake the Snake Roberts, as they navigated the business during three distinct stages in their life. Jake Roberts, who had fallen away from the limelight of pro wrestling, was struggling to try to rebuild a career while battling drug addiction. Terry Funk, who after a star-studded career was winding down while still staying extremely relevant, having recently won the ECW World Heavyweight title. And Mick Foley, who had just started to reach the top of the sport by gaining the WWF Championship and main eventing pay-per-views as Mankind. As a longtime fan of pro wrestling, it is truly hard for this reporter to put into words exactly what an effect this movie had on me and fans like me. Barry Blaustein had sadly developed Parkinson's disease over the years, which contributed to his recent passing. Our condolences go out to his family, friends, and fans alike. The current undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, has recently spoke to Kit Wilson on the What Do You Want to Talk About podcast, talking about wanting to work as an executive in wrestling once again. Cody was previously one of the founding members of AEW, working as an EVP alongside the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Rhodes referenced that experience, noting it was a failure, but he might want to try again. Cody said, "I wanted to go to the office to see what life would be like at the office at WWE HQ. I had a career before as an executive vice president. I failed at it. But I had some success along the way. but failed ultimately. Learned a great deal from said failure as we do, but I wanted to go. I said, oh man, I'm going to treat it like I'm going there for a job. I'll write a sample format. I'm going to write a full tech format, times and everything, and not a dreamer one, and put one together. He said, I'm going to go and share that with Bruce Pritchard and the creative team. And I'm going to sit with them. I'm going to meet with Lee Fitting and his team. I'm going to meet these departments and not the, hi, I'm such and such. Not that. We can do that in 3 minutes. I'm going to actually say, what can I really do for you? Like, community. What can I really do for you? Do I fit in anywhere? Because I got the bug. Very interesting to see if Cody Rhodes will in fact stay with WWE and transition into that role in the future. It looks like Arizona is getting a big WWE event. It hasn't been confirmed what major WWE event will be hosted by the Grand Canyon State. However, 3 leading candidates are a Saturday night's main event, the 2026 Survivor Series, or next year's Royal Rumble. This will be part of a multi-year deal with the state that was revealed during a TKO Holdings Group announcement yesterday. We will give you further details once they are available. Finally, tonight's show takes place live from Horror's Jericho Center in Asheville, North Carolina. AEW brings you Dynamite, where we'll see Will Ospreay taking on Ace Austin. It'll be interesting to see what effect the Death Riders training will have on Ospreay's in-ring performance. Also, in 5-on-5 action, FTR, Tommaso Ciampa, and the Dogs battle with Cope and Cage alongside the Young Bucks and Orange Cassidy. We'll hear the announcement of the men's and women's brackets for the annual Owen Hart tournaments. MJF will be sure to make his presence known. Will we get an answer to Darby Allin's challenge of follicle proportions? In women's action, the Triangle of Madness, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, and Women's World Champion Tekla go up against the Brawling Birds and Hikaru Shida. We'll get the first night of Kevin Knight's TNT title open challenge. Finally, in our main event for the AEW World title, Konosuke Takeshita challenges Darby Allin. Will the Don Callis family add another piece of gold to their trophy case? Learn that and more tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on TBS, as well as streaming on HBO Max and MyAEW. With that, folks, we come to the close of today's WrestleCord News Break. I'm Ryan, signing off, hoping to see you all again tomorrow.